So now let's continue with the remaining part of the lesson, that is after practice set 42. So here I have taken a bangle. What is the shape of this bangle? Yes, this bangle is in shape of circle. Okay. So suppose if this bangle breaks at point A and point B in this way. So this is point A and this is point B. If it breaks in this way, then what is each of this piece called as a part of a circle? Yes, correct. Each piece is called as the arc of the circle. You have learned this. So now this particular bangle or this circle is having how many arcs? Very good. This circle is having two arcs. This one and this is the other one. So now we are able to see two circles on the board. So every circle is having a center. Yes. So the line which is drawn from center to the circumference is called as radius. The line which starts from circumference passes through the center and again goes and joins and meets circumference is called as diameter. Okay. Now other thing, that is the line which starts from circumference and just joins circumference is called chord. So in this way we can draw many chords. But children, at certain distance we are getting a chord which is passing through center. Okay. Then it is called as a, so this diameter is also called as a chord. Okay. Now I will take some points on this circle. For example, point A, point B, point X, point Y. Now with the help of the scale, I will join point A and B. And when I am joining point A and B, we are getting a chord AB. Okay. So chord AB is dividing this circle into two parts. Are these two parts equal? No. Yes. Now these two parts are nothing but the arcs. So children, we are getting here two arcs. The first one is arc AXB. So is it a smaller arc? So this arc is called as minor arc. Okay. Now other arc what we are getting, that is arc AYB. Is it a bigger arc? Therefore it is called as measure arc. Okay. And children, minor arc is also expressed as arc AB. Did you understand? So here, because of this chord, we are getting the two arcs. One is minor arc and other one is measure arc. Okay. Now, if you will see at the end points of these two arcs. Okay. I'll clean this. Now just look at the end point of these two arcs. When you will see, are their end points same? Yes. Therefore, these two arcs are having same end point, and when you will see in the diagram form, are they completing a one circle? Yes. Therefore, these two arcs are called as corresponding arcs. Did you understand? So what are corresponding arcs? The two arcs of a circle having common end point and the arcs make one complete circle. That arcs are called as corresponding arcs. So arc AXB and arc AYB are mutually corresponding arcs. Now just observe this diagram carefully. If you will observe this diagram carefully, you are able to see a chord here. What is the name of the chord? RT. But this chord is passing through center, so it is known as diameter. Okay. Now this diameter is dividing the circle into two parts and those two parts are equal. Yes. Therefore, we are getting two arcs which are equal. Okay. So the diameter gives rise to two equal arcs and those equal arcs are called as semicircular arc. So did you understand what is semicircular arcs? So now let's begin with the new point, that is central angle and the measure of an arc. So children, just look in the figure. We are having angle AOB. Can you tell me what is the vertex of this angle? Correct. The vertex of this angle is vertex O. Also, vertex O is center of the circle. Yes. Therefore, angle AOB is a central angle. Then what is central angle? The angle whose vertex is center of the circle is called central angle. So in this figure, angle AOB is the central angle corresponding to arc AXB. Are they on same side? So they both are corresponding to each other. Did you understand? Yeah. Now let's start the next thing. Now, the measure of this angle subtended at the center, is it at the center? By an arc is equal to the measure of this arc. Means children, if central angle's measurement is 20 degree, then this arc's measurement will also be 20 degree. So, central angle and its corresponding arc's measurement are equal. Now, I will just join point A and point B. Now, when I join point A and B with each other, did I get a chord? Now, because of this chord, are we getting two arcs? One is smaller, other is bigger. So, this small arc is called as minor arc. What is it, that arc? Yes, arc AXB. And the bigger, that is the major arc. What is its name? Arc AYB. Okay. Now, using the central angle, we'll learn how to find measure of an arc. So, first we will learn to find the measure of minor arc. Okay. Now, for that, we'll suppose the measure of angle AOB. AOB is equals to 70 degree. Yes. Then the measure of minor arc is how much? Correct. That will also be 70 degree. We have already studied. Yes. That measure arcs, minor arc and central angles measurement are same. So now how to write this statement in short? See here. Measure of minor arc. What is that? Arc AXB is equals to 70 degree. Here you can also write here the name of that arc. Arc AXB is 70 degree. Okay. So in this way we are able to find out the measure of minor arc. Now we will learn how to find the measure of major arc. For that, first we'll write the formula. See, it is measure of major arc is equals to, I am taking it down because it will go for a long formula. See, the complete circle's measurement is how much? Yes, complete circle's measurement is 360 degree minus measure of corresponding minor arc. Why corresponding? If you will see, minor arc and major arc, are their end points same? Common end points. So they both are corresponding angles. So I have written here 360 degree minus measure of corresponding minor arc is equal to, below is equal to 360 degree minus, what is the minor arc's measurement? 70 degree. Is it? So 360 degree minus 70 degree will give us 290 degree. So the major arc's measurement will be 290 degree. Now just add 290 and 70. Are you getting 360? Then are you getting complete circle's measurement? So in this way, because of central angle, we are able to find the measure of minor and major arc. Okay. So let's begin with the new point, that is the measure of a circle. Now here we are having a circle whose center is O and they have given us radius. Yeah. So what is the name of the radius? Yes, the name of the radius is radius OA. Okay. So when this radius OA, suppose this is the radius, now the scale. If this radius starts rotating in anti-clockwise direction in this way, then what will happen? It will complete one circle. Yes, means is it completing and complete angle? Yeah, turning and completing a complete angle. And we have already learned that the measure of the complete angle is how much? Yes, the measure of complete angle is 360 degree. Yes, therefore the angle subtended at the center by the circle is how much? 360 degree. So always remember the measure of a complete circle is 360 degree. So the next point, the measure of semicircular arc. So in the figure you are able to see a diameter, that is AB. Yes. So this diameter is also called as chord. Now this diameter is dividing the circle into two parts and these two parts are equal. Yes. So we are getting two arcs and those two equal arcs are called semicircular arcs. We have learned it. Yes. Now in the previous point we have also learned that the measure of complete circle is 360 degree. Now if this diameter is dividing the circle into two equal parts, then what will be the measure of this semicircular arc? Yes, if we will divide 360 by 2, then we will get the measure of this semicircular arc. And the measure of this semicircular arc will be 180 degree. So always remember, measure of a semicircular arc is 180 degree. So now write down the notes on the taught concepts. Write in neat and good handwriting. You can take screenshot and also you can take help of your textbook page number 78 and 79 while writing these notes in your CW.